What do you think about, MetaHuman's character creator and like reality capture, like just those extensions of the Epic universe inside of Unreal? There's a lot of people always like, well, they don't need me now. I'm like, yeah, no, these are just tools that are going to help push things along. They're not a replacement. They're supposed to
Yeah.
like another tool in your arsenal.
It's a misconception as far as like, people get threatened by something that comes along that they may lose their jobs and stuff. And I think that that's only to the individual that feels insecure about their abilities, because all of these make their job easier in some ways.
Yep.
I mean, even the idea of like AI, like one day, like, and it's doing this writing stories and designing and everything else, it's still going to take a creative mind to control that. They just help to get your job done quicker. And maybe like has another, and also give you alternatives and to be a little bit more creative, to be quite honest, and not be stuck in the technical aspect of it. I think that's where really these innovations that may seem like a threat or are really a benefit to many. I mean, they may be like, for say, there's certain programmers and certain people that's their job to do what it's doing, and that like they feel like that's taken their job away. All I'd say to them is that just find some other aspect that they're not doing, that you feel, or combine some of this stuff together. People get threatened by, and this goes back to the industry, like from animators. If you remember the cell animators from Disney, and then computer animation came along, that there was this big uproar. It's like, my job is being taken away, and a lot of people left the industry because they go, I'm not going to learn this. So it's like I'm going to do what I know, and I think it's sad, because all the animation could have benefited from these animators that had that background. Even if they didn't want to do the technical things. I mean, I think that when you look at Phil Tippett from ILM, when Jurassic Park came out, he was the Ray Harryhausen, of stop motion. He came up with his own innovative Go Motion that was motion blur within.
I remember watching the making of that and just seeing how he had those are really cool looking. Like it was like leaps and bounds from Clash of the Titans and everything else. It's just they pivoted and went to CGI.
But the thing is, and it was scary and horrible for him. I know. You see the interviews, and it was like, how threatening could that be? That's your job. But he became the choreographer, and kind of the person that really helped make the movements feel real for CG artists that didn't, in a way, were really new to what they were doing as far as movements. He used his talents to better a film, and I think now he's moved on. He's got his own visual effects, and he's done, Stormtroopers and all that, and a bunch of other stuff since then. But he's got his own films and stuff. So, he was able to evolve and change, and it may have been a lot of work that didn't want to do. But I think that it's just sad when I hear even say my makeup effects colleagues, when CG started taking over, they go, well, I'm going to leave the business. Like, why don't you come along and just use your abilities to do almost like what I'm doing? All the knowledge I got from practical, I use in digital.
Thanks for listening to the CG Spectrum podcast. For more on this episode, visit us at cgspectrum.com/podcast. Check out our show notes, where you'll find links to our guests and more behind the scenes. And if you're enjoying the show, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening, or share this episode with someone who might like it. See you next time.